Well, hey everybody, welcome to July 6th. I hope you're doing great today, whenever you're watching this, morning, noon, or night. um, the tarot class, the live tarot class about deciphering who's who in a reading, super popular. There's still time to get in on that if you want to. Even if you haven't bought a tarot deck in June, we're making a provision so that you can gain entry into the class. We're making it super low cost so folks can join. We are going to do another class in August, and the topic is about telling the timing in tarot readings, how to figure out when something's going to happen. So in July, if you purchase my tarot deck, the Souls on Fire tarot deck, you will get an invitation to that. And if you do not purchase one, you'll be invited, if you like, to purchase that class. So that's what's happening for August. I'm also going to be doing a class this month on opening to intuition, opening to your channeling, opening to your spirit guides. I'm really going to give you some practices. I'm going to give you some, not rituals, but ways of opening to channeling, ways of opening to spirit guides that have really worked for me. So if you want to join that class, that is going to be held later in July, and there's a link below for all my classes. All right, let's see where we go here. Yeah, baby. Yeah. So Charlie hates it when I sit out here at the table because he can't sit next to me, but in the new location, I will make a spot for Charlie. And he'll be so happy about that. Finding sanctuary. He gets mad at me. Answering the call. This is about the intuitive opening to channeling. Infinite abundance. My goodness. It does seem to me, I'm going to do a special reading about Cancer new moon right now. And it does seem to me that there is this connection to ancestors. Okay, so Cancer is the natural ruler of the fourth house. Fourth house is the home of home, hearth and home, but it's also the part of your chart that shows a propensity to connect with ancestors, maybe as a medium or something like that, especially if you have a water sign in there. The only exception really to that is I feel like Aquarius in the fourth house. Aquarius is a more cerebral connection. And because Aquarius is about community, there is, it's a different way. It's more intellectual. It's less about flow. It's more about mind. So if you have Aquarius in the fourth house, that can be also true. There's definitely some kind of mediumship capability in your fourth house. So if you haven't really looked at your birth chart, I would take a look at that and see, because I feel like this reading could be speaking to those who feel like they have a calling to connect with guides, connect with channeling, connect with ancestry. And that can be sort of a very important part of what's going on for you around this new moon in Cancer. Okay, if you have a hard time with water signs, meaning you're, more fire, more air, earth signs tend to do better with water sign moons. I feel like you could really have some good energy around connecting to your ancestors in this new moon in particular. So that's coming up later this week. I'll do a special reading about it. Nine of Wands underneath. I'm also seeing the Ace of Cups and the Fool. So I definitely have to take this because it does feel like you're giving up on old patterns. Okay, so it's like you're in the flow of that energy of the Cancerian new moon. It just feels like there's more awareness. So it might not be as tough for you to get into flow state, or it might not be as tough for you to get into connection with spirit. Okay, so that's kind of a nice thing here. Two of Swords. Remember that yesterday reading, Two of Swords, King of Swords, or the reading I did on Sunday. I really saw the Two of Swords being like, I don't want to know. I get a lot of people reaching out to me on this channel who are likely mediums or can speak to those who have gone left this planet, or ancestors, or however you want to put it, speak to the dead, whatever you want to say. And I feel like there's a lot of like this fear around that. And, you know, what's really required is just the correct protection. Okay? Because when you open yourself to the spirit realm, a lot of stuff can come in that is unintended. And that's really one of the main parts of that class that I'm going to teach you about, is that protection. Two of Swords, King of Swords, Magician, Three of Wands. Here's Aquarius, right smack dab in the middle here. I see Aquarius and Aries. Magician is connected with Mars, so that's Aries. And King of Swords is also Aquarius. Wow. Four of Pentacles, and it is the age of Aquarius. Daughter of Coins, Page of Coins, Five of Swords. Yeah. Eight of Wands. So, I feel like in July, I feel like this energy of revealing deception or revealing manipulations is going to show up. Okay, so this could come as a shock. That reading I did on Sunday, the For Whoever reading, was a lot about the Tower coming in, and the Two of Swords I saw on the backs. For those of you who haven't been to the channel yet, hi! Sometimes when I come out in the morning, I see cards telling a story on the underside of my decks. And I posted one on Sunday that was two towers and the Two of Swords right in the middle of it. And I was like, that is big time opening to channel, things rushing through you, things coming to fruition, being in the flow of your spiritual nature and your gifts. And the Two of Swords is like, nope, I'm too scared. Nope, this is not who I am. This is not, you know, my family, right? This is like my background. I'm just hanging on for dear life to something that's not me. And really, a lot of good stuff wants to come in. Ace of Cups and the Fool. It requires you to take a leap of faith. It's going to require that of you. And I feel like being clear also about what you're manifesting and being clear about how you do it. It does matter. Process, especially in this case, matters. Okay? Because it's not just like, oh, you know, universe, hey, right? There's daydreaming and there's all these things, but there's better ways to do it, more, I want to say efficient ways. I feel like the word efficiency here with Aquarius is important to say. And Aries too. It's sort of like, I want to put my energy into something. And two big manifesting cards here, the Magician and the Three of Wands. And then allowing, I like the Four of Pentacles in this deck. Usually it's about stagnation. But this feels like taking quiet time, okay? And sometimes a pause is required, okay? Especially if there's healing work. Oops, this is backwards. Especially if healing work is necessary and you're kind of birthing this infinite abundance. It's trying to come through you. So infinite abundance can be about anything. Remember, abundance can be about my spiritual gifts opening up, my healed heart now available to love. This deception down here, so Page of Pentacles down here is about opening up to learning new things and growing them. I like how they have her in like a potting shed, right? She's not just learning something, she's taking action on it. Pentacles. She's putting something in the ground to grow. And so you have to really allow that to happen, right? The flow, being in the flow of things. And then I feel like because you're opening, because you're King of Swords and Magician, because you're awakening and allowing things to come in, some things that you haven't wanted to know about are also going to come in. Some things that you might have been closed off to Two of Swords, not really wanting to know, not really wanting to have this conversation, not really. Some deception is being revealed here, okay? And this can come into you. This has happened to me, I don't know how many times, that when I'm in my morning routine, which is the time that I'm like kind of between sleep and waking, my brain hasn't really kicked into high gear yet. And that's why I do my readings in the morning and why you don't see me that much late at night, because by the time I get to late at night, my brain is just full of like to-do lists and other stuff. So in the morning, I'm just free. I'm open. And sometimes realizations come to me and I'm like, oh, wow, that happened. Because a lot of times as an air, mostly air and a lot of fire, I kind of skim the surface on things. And then like when something really needs to come back to me in more depth, it shows up in the morning. It shows up in those routines of quieting my mind. And like, I got to tell you, I have zero, not zero, but I have very low capability of meditating later in the day because of what I just told you. And so meditating in the morning really works for me because I'm kind of a little bit of an empty vessel at that time. And it's not as challenging for me to do it then. Um, Let me clarify the Five of Swords showing up here. That did show up at the end of one of my readings for myself. Strength, devil energy. Oh yeah, oof. Ten of Swords, Six of Cups. Yeah, Three of Swords, Queen of Wands. Okay, so you could be dealing with a fire sign. This, I feel like you are this Aquarian energy, very much clear, very clear. All right, this, and you don't have to be an Aquarius for this to be true for you, okay? Because you do have Aquarius in your chart somewhere. So the energy is in you to be clear, to work on healing the self. You can step into that energy, especially in the age of Aquarius. I feel like you might have had a friendship or a relationship that at one point was good. You see how she's kneeling and she's kind of in control of this situation, even with the big lion. But now, right, it moved into this place of being entrapped. So this can indicate what's showing up for me is a relationship that was healthy that got unhealthy. And it doesn't mean that, it means you both had the propensity for it to get unhealthy. Okay, so it doesn't have to be like it was unhealthy all the time. So I'm a little reluctant to say that, oh, this person's a narcissist. Because we throw that term around a lot. I'm sure you've heard that phrase a lot. And we all have narcissistic tendencies. But in this instance, I feel like somebody stepped on the gas of their narcissistic tendencies, meaning moving into entitlement or moving into places where the relationship got a little out of whack because someone was being too much about me, me, me. Okay? Ten of Swords. All right, so the deception here feels like, ooh, I'm just noticing this too. You see the lion has green eyes? Green-eyed monster, jealousy. This person is likely a fire sign and has some loud Capricorn in their chart. I feel like this person is going to come back. I feel like it's over, but I feel like this person is going to come back and you're going to have this conversation. All right? Six of Cups, Three of Swords, Queen of Wands. I feel like they're going to come back and could be a Sag, Aries, Leo with some Capricorn or a Capricorn with some fire in their chart. And I feel like they just turned into, they shifted, they changed, they embraced a little more of their narcissistic tendencies. This person is not what, this person does have empathy. This person does have, positive traits to them in terms of being in relationship. But when triggered by jealousy, all bets are off. Okay? And I feel like that shifts this person into a negative space. If you feel, honestly, like this is you, like you're like, oh, okay, I see how that might have happened to me. I'm working on doing the healing work. Maybe I've felt a little jealous of a situation or envious of a situation. The truth of the matter is going to be revealed. So there will be this conversation of, well, why did you do this? Why did this happen? Okay, well, this is the feeling I had at the time. And I really, I don't see an apology here. I feel like there is a little bit of entitlement or something. And I'm not saying that you feel entitled, but I feel like the other person, you and the other person are on this course to get the truth out. The truth is coming out. Eight of Wands. The truth is coming out about them saying to you, I just felt jealous, I just felt angry. Yes, I did it. Yes, I did. Whatever you're accusing them of, or whatever you're saying that they did, I feel like they're going to come clean. I feel like they're going to say, yes, I did. And then you have another problem then. What do you do about that? So I feel like there's a little bit of hold time here where you're like, okay, I intuitively knew that this person did that, and they basically said, yes, you're right. I made a pass at your husband. Yes, you're right. I tried to torpedo your promotion. Yes, you're right. So that person, now you got to be like, okay, so is this person a friend of me? Is this something that is inside them that happens a lot? Is this something that they are unwilling to look at in themselves? They are unwilling to, because I don't see an apology here. I just see the truth coming out. Okay. And if their, approach is a little cold, Two of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Seven of Cups, Page of Pentacles. I feel like you're both learning something new here. Okay. Page of Pentacles showing up twice. I feel like what's going to happen with this situation is it's going to be, it may have been, great that you're coming clean with this. But I feel like there have been a lot of lies. I feel like it's just one thing. And you may have felt like this was an anomaly. This happened, it was a one-off. It doesn't happen all the time. I feel like what's really coming out is it happens all the time. Two of Pentacles and Seven of Swords. I feel like you're going to get the news that this person did this, and you might have forgiven them. Well, you're going to forgive them, but whether the relationship can continue, I think, is the issue. This could be a partner. This could be a boss. This could be anybody in your life. Like I said, fire sign with some Capricorn here. You're the Aquarius. Aquarius is clear sight. Okay? And I feel like now it's up to you. Wheel of Fortune. Now things have changed. Okay? So what's the lesson you're going to learn? Are you going to learn to move away from relationships that are toxic? That, this person feels fine about going into this green-eyed monster devil energy. This person feels fine about that. There's no saying that, there's no apology. They just admit it. They admit it because it's already out there. So they're like, yeah, that's right. Do I hear an apology? I'm not hearing an apology. So now what do you do? Okay? Now what do you do? And I feel like the lesson you're learning, right? The lesson you're learning, like pages, yeah. The lesson you're learning is there might be some fear around letting this person go. Because I feel like then you're going to have to admit that this relationship was built on a lie. Or was built on something other than what you thought it was built on. And that's a really hard day when you think a relationship is this and it's really that. Okay? And whatever the lie was, because I'm seeing the Seven of Swords here, and then the Ten of Swords, Three of Swords, King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Justice, Temperance, more Sag, Aries, Leo, and Libra here. Again, the truth coming out. I feel like this person, there could be something here. It's definitely jealousy. No question about it. It almost doesn't matter what the lie was or it was the action driven by that. And I feel like this person is driven by that unconsciously. This is coming to the surface for them. So they're now able to see that this is, and it's not an anomaly. This is who they are. People tell you who they are. Believe them. A lot of times they tell you who they are through their actions, but sometimes people even say it out loud. They say the quiet part out loud. So I feel like you're getting more and more clear. Messages are coming through more and more with you, okay? And you're opening up to your intuition. And this is one thing that is showing up that it's like, I didn't really want to know this. I didn't want to know this about this person. I would have preferred to just blissfully go on and think that they weren't jealous. They weren't, aggressively acting on impulse and then denying it, doing things to hurt other people because they're envious, jealous. Okay, but I feel like this person might be able to work through this, but I mean, now that it's come conscious for them, like you're being the person that is showing this part of themselves to themselves. So you're effectively a karmic for this person because I mean, it could even be a twin flame. You're mirroring, right? You're mirroring a situation. So that's another part here is if this person has all of these feelings that are unconscious for them, if you're mirroring to them the moon showing up here. So Cancer, new moon, a lot. If you're mirroring to them, let me finish the thought. If you're mirroring to them, what is this mirroring back to you about your own unconscious behaviors? Are they matched up with your feelings? Most of us humans have a lot of things like that are just starting to come out now. And I feel like this is going to be happening for quite some time. I feel like over the next, even the next few years, this is a slow awakening to a place where everyone on this planet's intuition is going to be heightened. They are going to step into it. Some of us more than others. A lot of people like this are really pushing back at it. Okay, they don't want to open their intuition. They would prefer to not know things about other people. They would prefer to keep themselves under wraps and present themselves in a certain way. And that's going to be over in the next few years. You're going to be able to see people, you're going to be able to read people a lot better than you have, but that comes with a price. It comes with this ability of you to be, outed for things that you are trying to keep under wraps for yourself, not in a nefarious way, but just like, I'm not ready to share this about myself with other people. But people are going to see. So it's almost like, the whole idea of people tell you who they are, you don't even have to wait for that anymore. You don't even have to wait. Okay, so I'm going to look at fire signs. I see King of Wands and Queen of Wands here. This is a relationship that could have been a dating relationship or a love relationship or someone who's a very important soulmate or karmic soulmate. This can even rise to the level of twin flame. Okay, so I see fire signs and this Capricorn energy. There's definitely Cancer energy here because of the moon. Okay, showing up again. Sagittarius is loud here. Okay, and I see Libra. So I'm going to clarify. You are coming across as this Aquarius energy, but I will look at those signs. Okay, because this is a sign agnostic kind of reading. So I'll look at all those signs. And if this reading is for you, you can continue on with me. The link is below. If you're part of Pathfinders, the rest of the reading starts.